welcome back to an episode. We are again next to a save point, and we are going to get into the Sarafan stronghold again. And there's just one teensy-wincy issue. Everything is full of ice, and we only have a Shadow Reaver with us, which is not the thing that we need. So first, we have to melt the thing, and then we can open up the door. And in order to not get killed by these things, actually, that was kind of stupid. Well, actually, no, that was actually quite genius. Ooh. Oh yeah, looks like we have still max health. Weird. So let's infuse it with fire. Dum 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 dum. As long as there are no demons around, everything is fine. No, don't get hit. Oh wait. That's definitely not working. Oh wait. I do miss the shooting abilities. So let's do. Where is that? Come on. Why aren't you not working? There. That was quick. Oh. Just the thing next to the door. Yeah, look at that. Okay. We need the light Reaver. This one. It's actually quite nice. The rest is frozen solid, so you have it a little easier. Oh. Can I? Oh, come on. I should actually be able to just jump up there. Look at that. We can reach the top. Okay. You got to be kidding me. Maybe if I get to that location. Yeah, okay. Look at that. The way it's bent. This one is bent like inwards, and this one is bent outwards. And this is the reason why it just works better. Alright. No need to do any unnecessary jumps around. And let's open that. That was a bit... My aim is bad. Huh. That's interesting. So... You can just swim in here, no issue. Here it comes what? Who is he? Oh. Wait, which way do I need to go? To the left or to the right? The right's not necessary. Oh wait, come on. Okay. Let's, ignore... No, wait a minute. I do... What if they follow me? That wouldn't be good. Yeah, it's too much... Too much angry projectiles. That's not cool. There are 3 or 4 of them. It's not sweet. Definitely not nice. Do they follow me? I hope not. Oh no. Actually. Okay. And now I should... Oh wait. Oh wait. Oh wait, oh wait, oh wait, oh wait, oh wait. Oh wait. Oh wait, why is it not working? Oh, come on. I'm losing health left and right, that's not cool. Okay, that one is dead. Let's hope I can get the second. Yes, maxed out. Let's use a sword. Hope for the best. I think I have to go where the Reaver is, don't I? It's a wee bit many. No. No seizing. Okay, 3 hits are not enough. Oh wait. Is she? She's bleeding, but the camera is not helping. Okay, good. She's bleeding out. That's very good. Now we can focus on this one. Okay. That's the reason why we love that sword. Ooh. You could just spam that attack. Ow, 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 ow. That was not one. Ooh. Ow. Take it. That was weird. Okay. Let's refuel. Refuel those souls. Oh yeah. Whoa. Wait a minute. Why's the corridor empty? And this was, I think, the room with the... Yeah.
Suddenly and inexplicably,
Huh.
I discovered the Reaver suspiciously laid across my path. Again, I sensed nothing of that temporal distortion, the peculiar sense of displacement I had felt when I encountered the Reaver in William's chapel. Cornered here with the blade, I suffered the same nameless dread that I had experienced when Janos first presented the Reaver to me. I felt at once repelled by the blade, and yet overwhelmingly compelled to seize it.
So, Raziel, here we are finally. You have no choice but to confront me now. And I am not so foolish as I've let you believe. We have business to conclude.
You knew I would lead the Sarafan to Janos, you vile bastard. You've been orchestrating my every move. My destiny is an amusement to you.
It was fun while it lasted. I think not, Raziel. Malik, do not let this creature leave. He poses a danger to the circle. Poor, deluded Raziel. Did you somehow imagine you had the guile to change history on me? I'm the time streamer. I knew your every intention before you did, you imbecile.
Lord Moebius, there is trouble within. The circle is under
Hold
attack.
fast, Malik. This one is the real danger to us.
What are you trying to concoct here, Moebius?
You toxic creature. Did you imagine I'd simply allow you to run loose, corrupting everything you encounter?
I admit that I've underestimated you to this point, Moebius. It's a mistake I won't repeat.
Wrong again, Raziel. Now, Malik, bolt the door.
Using his staff to disable my Wraithblade, Moebius effectively disarmed me, leaving me with only one choice of weapon. And yet I confess, it was not the lack of options, but blind rage that made me take up the Reaver. In my fury, it felt as though my hand had acted of its own will. And now, that same hand clutched the hilt with unyielding strength, and I felt a constrained tingling, a remote but palpable sense of longing, as the disabled Wraithblade tried vainly to embrace its physical twin.
So we have to fuel it up again. Wonderful. And it looks as if the circle got killed by the Sarafan. And this is how it all started. Or maybe it's Kain? No. Who killed the circle?
Come to take your revenge, demon.
Back to hell with you!
I recognize these two as my former brethren, in life as Sarafan, and in unlife as Kain's vampire sons. Melchiah and Zephon, the weakest of Kain's brood. These bastards had no idea what future lay in store for them, how they would become the very thing they so despised. The Reaver hummed with ravenous anticipation. Janos had called it a vampiric blade, endowed with the power to drain its victims of their lifeblood. I was eager to see what the Reaver would do to these two.
Okay. Ah, no. Oh. Oh, this is cheating. Okay, so we just have that. Oh. They do mix up their attacks, which is actually a very good strategy. Oh, wait. Ah, come on. No, 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 no. They do have this annoying auto-aim on them. This is... Why am I... Oh! I think I'm in... No? Oh! Look, my health bar. This is weird. Oh, come on. Oh, wait. Okay, this fight for some reason is much more difficult than... Whoa. All of the others. Because they are constantly blocking, and there's no way for me to do something about the block. Oh, okay, come on. This gets ridiculous. I need to do something about that. Oh, come on. This is so not cool. Maybe something like that. And I can't use the telekinesis thing in combat. So not nice. Oh. How many times do I have to do? Oh, come on. I did the evade properly. Okay, something is weird. Whoa. Not only do they behave different than all the other enemies because they fight at the same time, they also are much, much quicker when it comes to attacks overall. Oh, wait. The problem is switching targets. Okay, we got one. No. That was not what I wanted. And somehow... I do lose my target. Whoop. No. The thing is, I want to evade sideways. There we go. And... Whoa. Come on. Yeah, they're just spamming attacks right now. Okay, that fight was bad.
As Melchiah and Zephon fell before my blade, I felt the Reaver's bloodthirst as keenly as I ever had when I was still a vampire. I could sense the boundary between us dissolving. The Reaver was consumed with my rage, and I was intoxicated by its bloodlust. The blade had a vitalizing effect on me. My physical energy no longer decayed over time, and the wounds inflicted by my foes healed almost instantly. The Reaver had made me invincible.
But that kind of feeling... I mean, we do need it against this kind of enemy, sure. But that feeling can be somewhat addictive. No, wait, that's not the thing. Which way do we need to go? East or west? Or north or south? I have to find... Okay, this is not it. There. North it is. And then we should get to the Grand Hall? Yes. Interesting. Oh.
Have you come to reclaim the monster's black heart?
You'll have to get through us first.
My former brethren, Dumah and Rahab, confronted me next. This all seemed so elegantly choreographed. Exhilarated by the Reaver, I was drunk with revelations. I could finally appreciate the delicious irony of Kain's blasphemous private joke, and I reveled as I colluded with him across the centuries. For it was I who put these bastards in their tomb, thus providing the corpses for Kain to raise as his vampire sons a millennium from now.
That's a lot of years. And actually, why don't I just block sometimes? I mean, okay, what good is block if you can't do any nice follow-up attack afterwards, right? The only thing you can do, or should do, is like evade and split them up somewhat so they are not close together, and just spam heavy attack. Whoa. Why just do this? This seems to be the... Yeah, the lock-on is actually the problem, because it's too clunky. And I'm just gonna get through them, spam it like that. So we're gonna attack them as many times as we can, and at one point they might be dead. Or I could just... Nah, it takes too long. Wait a minute. If it takes too long, that means I have to use it... not quite. That little second there. Okay, it gives them... No. I want to use it so that it... No. They do know when you use the heavy attack, so going for the light attack here is actually somewhat of a cheesy thing, it seems. There we go. Okay, that one died. The idea of blocking and evading and all of this is a kind of cool thing, but the system does not allow for proper play because it's too rigid. So you have to freeform it a little bit. Wing it. That is the best thing. And right now, because we are invincible, we regenerate pretty much all the time. That's good. And I cannot use the throw. Okay, I can't use telekinesis. This is also a problem. Not being able to use telekinesis.
Get back to the pit you crawled from, demon.
And here at last was my brother Turel, who along with Dumah would bear me into the abyss without questioning Kain's command. So dutiful and righteous, even as a vampire. I guess some habits die hard. The vampire Turel had eluded my vengeance. The Sarafan Turel would not.
Okay, wait a minute. This is just one. It just takes far too long. Like, you do the attack, the enemy is blocking. This seems to be the best solution so far. Go around, go in, and do the circle 8, which is actually kind of funny. Because this is the... Oh, wait. Okay. Ooh. Why am I... This is also really stupid. If you have a lock on, why does the character stand in place and face the wrong direction? Okay. Look, we got it. And more blood gets sucked in. Perfect. Which way is it? Not towards the Reaver. Let's just see. There's no tomb over there. That one is also locked. Now the real question is... Wait a minute. Could we infuse the Reaver? No. And we cannot call our Spirit Reaver. We only use the physical form of it. Which is, right now, much better. The normal Soul Reaver just sucks up our own energy. Whereas this one provides the mirror image.
So, vampire, here we are. You've destroyed my brethren, and now you've come for me. You'll find I'm not such easy prey. I don't want to kill you, but I will if I must. Return the heart to me, and we can end this now. So, you've come to avenge that filthy parasite and reclaim his foul heart. You're a righteous fiend, aren't you? Apparently I am. No, vampire. This is where it ends, but you won't be leaving this room. Now, let's finish this. I'll make it mercifully quick. As you did for Janos? No, that beast had eluded us for far too long. It would have been a shame to end him too quickly. It's ironic, really. The great Janos Ordrin turned out to be no challenge at all. Thanks to you. Did you hear his cowardly screams when I tore that black heart out of his carcass?
It's interesting that the human Raziel has a blade attached to his arm as well. Kind of like an homage to... So, 3, 4... And they start blocking. So, how many times do I need to do this? Nah, I can't really wing it. The thing is, I do want to do this move here, but the attacks are just too slow. Yeah. So either they constantly block, which is annoying, or well, I get attacked. This is actually kind of okay. So let's see how many times I have to. Whoa. Circle thing. Oh, there's a snake thingy on the bottom. Like, look at that. The snake that bites its own tongue. How interesting is that? Oh wait. Oh, it's a little too early. Okay, how many times do we have to do this? Oh, wait. The key here is not movement, but camera angles. Oh wait. Ah, come on. How many times? It would actually be really interesting if the health bar just... Is it some kind of decoy? Or illusion, and you do lose an awful lot of health, but you don't know that. Oh wait, it takes long.
I so it ends. My history comes full circle. Sensing its twin, the Wraithblade uncoiled itself from me, and instead wound lovingly around its former self. I felt its grip loosen, and as the blade left me, its absence chilled me more than its presence ever had. A foreboding sense of emptiness and loss stole over me, and a terrible revelation gathered like a storm at the edge of my awareness. With all other foes exhausted, the conjoined blades turned themselves on me, and I realized, finally, why I had sensed nothing when Janos offered me the blade. The Reaver was never forged to be a soul-stealing weapon. The ravenous, soul-devouring entity trapped in the blade was, and always had been, me. This is why the blade was destroyed when Kain tried to strike me down. The Reaver could not devour its own soul. The paradox shattered the blade. So, this was my terrible destiny. To play out this purgatorial cycle for all eternity. I could not bear it. Despair overwhelmed me. You. Are you enjoying this game?
Don't fight it, Raziel. Give into it.
Was this your destiny for me all along?
Trust me.
I felt myself weakening, unable to hold on any longer. The Reaver was too strong. The compulsion to simply let go, too great. And then, a growing sense of vertigo and the familiar displacement. The paradoxical moment when my twinned soul hovered both outside and inside the Reaver blade. This was the instant, the glimmer of temporal distortion Kain had been counting on all along. This was the edge of the coin, the minute flicker of probability upon which Kain had gambled everything.
Now you are free to reclaim your true destiny, Raziel.
Behind Kain's eyes, I could see new memories blooming and dying as history labored to reshuffle itself around this monumental obstruction. And I could see by the dawning horror on his face that perhaps we had strained history too far this time. That by trying to alter my fate, he may have introduced a fatal paradox.
My God. The Hilden. We walked right into their trap. Raziel, Janos must stay dead.
But Kain's warning was lost as I slipped into the spirit realm, too weak to maintain my physical form. And there, waiting for me as always, was the Reaver, the Wraithblade, my own soul, twinned and bound eternally to me. And I realized that I could never escape my terrible destiny. I had merely postponed it. History abhors a paradox.
And that was Soul Reaver 2. Actually a very, very quick game. It's focused more on a story and single line approach. So you can basically, you don't need to think too much on where to go next or whatnot. And the backtracking is also not really that big of an issue, because the backtracking itself is just part of the way forward, and it's not that you have to explore like different areas multiple times or something. It's more like story happens over here, then you go over there, and so much and so forth, so you're never actually led astray or something. The first installment was a bit more open, which was very interesting. Also the combat was nicer in there anyway. So Soul Reaver 2 definitely had a very good story approach, and Soul Reaver 1 had a good gameplay approach, you could say. If you could mix both of them together, you would have a really good game. Like the openness of Soul Reaver 1 and the whole puzzleness and exploring and dystopian, very, very little enemies, and you kind of question like what's going on. And the story focus of Soul Reaver 2, those would be amazing. Anyway, let's just go back to the launcher, because there's something else that's there. The launcher itself was very quiet for some reason. There's like Legacy of Kain 1 and 2. There's like one launcher for 2 games, very interesting. And then there's also this bonus content that exists. I'm gonna focus on this one in a separate episode, because, well, not really the music stuff. There are some lost levels, also some like lore and whatnot. That's actually very interesting. And also there are some videos in here related to the behind the scenes of it all. Yeah, just to keep everything simple, like this bonus content is one of the goodies, one of the nice reasons why you should buy this game. But the lost levels themselves, I'm gonna definitely play those. But yeah, the videos are like probably somewhere. Not gonna show them here. Anyway, so for now it's ended, and continue of course at another time. Like and subscribe, and ta-ta.